Imagine this. You're the school registrar, and you need to keep track of thousands of student records, names, grades, contact numbers, addresses, even medical information. Would you keep all of that in one giant Excel sheet? What if a student changes their phone number? Or what if two students have the same name? Suddenly, finding, updating, and protecting the data becomes a nightmare. This is exactly why database management systems, or DBMS, were created. A DBMS is like a smart manager that organizes, stores, and retrieves data for us, making sure it's accurate, secure, and easy to access. Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to discuss what happens when we store our data inside of a database management system. Before we can understand what a database management system is though, we first need to understand what a database is. At its most basic level, a database is a collection of individual data items that are stored in a highly structured way that represents a model of reality. This collection of data items can be stored in a single location or hard drive, or distributed across large networks with components in many physical locations. Regardless of where the data is physically stored, the database acts as a single entity to anyone or any system that makes use of it. In order to make use of a database, we need a way to perform what are called CRUD tasks. That is to say, we need a way to create new data items, read and find existing data items, update data items with new information, and delete outdated data items. This is the responsibility of a database engine, a collection of programs that are able to sift through the database items and perform the required tasks. And in order for you or I, or any other end user to access the database engine, we need to go through some sort of database application or what's sometimes referred to as a front end. This is where we convert our human intentions and questions about the data into code that the database engine understands, and we usually do this through user-friendly input features, like buttons and text boxes, and drop-down menus, and so on. So this might seem like a bunch of moving parts that we have to contend with. It starts with a database application which collects user input in the form of instructions. The database engine translates those instructions into code that is then used to retrieve information from the database itself. Once the information is retrieved, the process reverses itself, and the database passes the information back to the engine, which translates it into a format that the user can make use of, usually on screen or in a printed report. When talking about creating a database, however, we're usually talking about what's called a database management system, or a DBMS. This is a system of tools that package up all three of these components into a single application that we can develop within. They can be as simple desktop systems like Microsoft Access, which runs on a single computer, and includes the database, the engine, and the end-user interface development, all under one roof. Or they can be more complex and robust systems like SQL Server or Oracle, which largely provide a pair of database and engine but require you to develop the interface or the application in a programming language of your choice. In addition to creating and interacting with the database, a DBMS provides maintenance and user administration capabilities. These allow you to optimize the database for speed and create routine backups and other tasks, which keep the data itself healthy and reliable. Some DBMSs also allow you to set up permissions for different users and control access to just the portions of the system that they need in order to do their jobs while keeping them out of areas that they shouldn't be accessing. So that's a quick overview of what a database management system is. So, remember, without a database management system, our digital world would be like a messy library with books scattered everywhere. With DBMS, everything is organized, secure, and just a click away. Thank you for watching.